All right, guys, good morning. Good morning to the Wolfpack Money Monday first installment. If this were a real YouTube channel, I would tell you to like and subscribe or some craziness like that. So the big things we're going to talk about today: MAP accounts for you agents, money market accounts for you and your clients. And really from there, we're gonna kind of see where the world takes us. I want to walk through a mobile F&A because the mobile F&A is really going to help you show your clients how much they're not saving and how prepared they aren't. Or in the really cool situations, every once in a while, you get to show a client that they're going to be okay if they just keep doing what they're doing. That's the rarity, right? Roth versus 401k, why you need both, why you should take both if you have the opportunity, compensation from investments and stuff like that, river of nickels, 20 clients with 25,000 is all you need for $1 million in assets under management. Guys, like I have so much stuff swimming through my brain. It's kind of wild. All right. So MAP account. Rule number one, save your daggum money. At the risk of sounding like Bob Buisan, if you don't start saving some money, I'm going to kick your ass. He said that live in person at MIT, right? So Millionaires in Training. That dude is hilarious. But check it out. My POL, all apps. Yes, I got to change my password. Good God. I take it up to the last day because I hate changing the friggin' thing. MAP account, money accumulation program. Okay, guys, this is your built-in savings account. So down here, other tools, money accumulation program, MAP account. Now, in order to set up a MAP account, you have to have somewhere for the money to go, right? You can't set it up without having somewhere for it to go, which means you need to get with your investment rep that's within your base and set up a money market account. They can do it in about 7 minutes. It does not take long, especially if we're not going through massive explanations. We just get in, bang it out, create the thing. Then about 2 days later, you come over here and go to money accumulation program. If we could show you guys how to start saving money on your own without like having to really think about it, that would make sense, right? Good. Now, are you guys seeing the POL screen, or are you seeing something else that says MAP deduction above it? Not seeing it? That's why I hate sharing this way. Okay, screw it. You're just gonna get the whole thing because I'd rather just okay. You're
Mama,
getting,
I don't want
getting
to
the whole
roast it
thing.
away.
Easy. Okay, MAP deduction, guys. Look, there are so many ways to get paid in Primerica. It's not even funny. Okay, so when you have a RVP contract and you're getting a bonus, just regular old straight up life advances, earns, because those come out in months 10, 11, 12, investments, New York, right? If you're licensed in New York, that's your national benefit life, variable annuities, bonus. Like, do you guys get the picture? Look at this. Every single one of these is a way to get paid. It's ridiculous. Now, for me, right? Like I have like bonuses set to 35, I advances set to 35. What does that mean? That means whenever I get paid, 35% of the money, I just don't look at it. It doesn't exist. It goes, but where's it going? Well, right now it's all going to this Franklin Money Fund. It's my money market account. Okay. We're going to talk about money markets here right after this. A money market, guys, is really like a savings account on steroids based on a mutual fund platform. It is not a savings account. It is not FDIC. We'll get into that. Okay. But look, bonuses, advances, earns, right? Earns, I should probably just make this like 100% because I honestly really don't care. So watch this. This is how you can go in and tweak this, right? If I just change my mind all of a sudden and I'm like, look, I never want to see earns hit the actual checking account. I want it to go straight to savings. Because let's be honest, if you wrote something 10 months ago and it's still in force, do you remember what you wrote 10 months ago? No. So if a few hundred to a few $1,000s just showed up and landed in your savings, that would be pretty amazing. Am I right? Guys, that's earns. Okay. Investments, I might start tweaking this. Maybe we'll make it 50%. I don't know, right? Feeling froggy today? So yeah, let's just do it. Look, this is how easy it is to tweak your investments from your MAP account, right? And how much is being deducted and automatically saved for you. Now, the other way to think about this, guys, is this is a way for you to put your money that you're going to owe for taxes at the end of the year away and not have to worry about it. You're automatically paying your taxes yourself, but the beauty of it happening this way is you're not waiting on a refund and then the government not paying you any interest on your own money. right? You get to keep all of the money that you're going to pay Uncle Sugar in your money market account, getting you somewhere around 4.93-ish% right now. And then at the end of the year, you pay Uncle Sugar, but you keep your 5%. I like that, right? So look, a lot of these things I have set to 100%, like stuff I just don't do a whole lot of, like stuff from New York, don't really care, right? Any home and auto, like property and casualty, prepaid legal, I don't care about any of that mess. It just goes straight into savings. Oh, I left this guy short. Let me fix this guy. Guys, but this is how easy it is, right? And if you wanted to turn it off, because for whatever reason, maybe you need more money hitting your checking account, just go in and pause it. It's literally that easy. So this is your map account, and you can turn all these on, you can turn all these off, right? But that's your map account, guys. That's how easy it is to start saving your money. Okay, save your daggone money. All right, chats. Burr, 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 burr. Oh, so here's the bigger question that most people ask: map account. Well, how do I get the money? Well, call your investment person, text them, shoot them a note, and just say, hey, I need 500 bucks out of my map account. They'll go in, execute a trade, and within about 3 business days, it goes into your account. Okay. So let's talk about the money market really quick, what it actually is. And if I'm missing questions in the chat, you're gonna have to unmute yourself. This is a leadership call. Yeah, we're the Wolfpack. You guys can just unmute yourself and ask me a question. Here's how I want to show you what the heck a friggin' money market account is. First of all, we're going to talk about like the 3 big accounts that you and your clients need. And then I'm going to explain the money market account. Now, guys, this is straight out of How Money Works. This is a PDF from Primerica. There's also a PowerPoint slide if you like PowerPoints, but it's right here, right? These are the 3 accounts you need, guys. These are the 3 accounts your clients need. And so check it out. Emergency fund, kind of sounds like Dave Ramsey, right? You got your little baby step 1 emergency fund. You got an extra 1,000 in your account. So like for me, I don't even give a rip about a savings account, right? I just keep 1,000 in the checking, and that's 0, or 2,000, or whatever your level is. Like that's just 0. Now your short-term savings, that's your money market account, guys. That's money that you're going to need 3 months to 3 years from now. That's money that you need that's liquid, but you also need that money working for you. You would agree. You need it making you money. Okay. And then long-term savings, that's where we start talking about retirement money. That's money we're not even thinking about until we're 59 and a half, because it doesn't exist, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Let it happen every month. Put it on autopilot. Put that money in the crock pot, set it and forget it, right? That's how you're going to retire wealthy. That's how you get bulletproof. Now, money market account. What the heck is it? Who knows? Before I go forward onto the next slide, who knows what a money market account is besides my investment people? Please no, let people that are not investment put it in the chat. Who knows what it is? I kind of already like gave it away earlier. High interest checking, not checking. Now we have a way to link checking to ours, but I haven't done it yet. Nobody's asked for it. But yeah, it's really just an awesome savings account, guys. Now, full disclosure, I tweaked this slide. I tweaked this, right? Because look, it was this. I just took some liberty and moved some things around, a little bit of magic, and I put this cool thing in the middle. So savings account versus a money market, okay? Your savings account, these are real numbers, right? Your national average for a savings account right now, annual interest rate is less than half of 1%. And that's on the high end. Most savings accounts are 0.01%. In saying that in other words, like 1/100th of 1 penny. Okay. So that's 0.01%. So in this example, I use $10,000 because most people that we're talking to on the client side are sitting on generally somewhere between 5 and 10 grand in a checking / savings / something else. Okay. So here's the question, guys. Listen, Melina, if I could take your 10 grand that you have just sitting idly doing nothing, and pretty much at best, unless you're in a really good credit union or something that's got like a really cool savings account, right? At best, that money is probably making you about 45 bucks a year in interest. If I could just pick that money up for you, put it over into a money market account, and have that same money making you almost $500 a year for nothing. The account's free. Is that something that you'd be open to taking a look at? Can I show you that? Have you ever heard of a money market account before? No? Kathy, the minimum is $25 to open and $25 a month, just like any other platform investment that we do for clients. How cool is that? Right? Because most people say, oh, yeah, I've heard about that, but I don't have like 5 or 10 grand to open it. Perfect. You don't need it. You got 25 bucks? Let's turn it on. That's all it takes, guys. Same thing for a Roth IRA, same thing for a traditional if you're opening one for a client. I don't know why you do that. Don't do that, please. Roth, money market. $25 to open it, 25 bucks a month. Simple. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So check it out. Here's a cool question for you. You can ask your clients. Can I help you 10x your return with a free account? If I could 10x your savings returns and have your money making you money while you're sleeping for free, is that something you would be open to taking a look at? Perfect. It's called a money market account, guys. It's based on a mutual fund, right? So what does that mean? For you, we're going to go a little more technical than we would probably go with clients. Clients don't care. I'll be completely honest with you. They don't care. Some of them will, but most of them don't. A money market account is based on a mutual fund, right? So the one I showed you was the Franklin Government Money Fund, but every money market account is designed to keep NAV, the net asset value, at $1, which is what keeps it stable. So in order for a money market account to exist, everything that the fund actually buys is liquid money, meaning it's convertible instantly, right? So it's anything less than 270 days to maturity. So you're talking treasury notes, maybe some bonds that are coming up to maturity that the fund manager is buying like at close to their maturity date, or it's just cash, right? And that's what keeps it liquid. That's what keeps it free for clients to move in and out of, because if the NAV never changes, right, it doesn't cost anything. There's no commission, right? So for you investment reps, you're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna move my guys 500 grand in cash. It's gonna pay me a grip. No, it ain't. It's gonna pay you zip bupkis because it's a free account. I explain it like this. Listen, guys, this is a free, completely free account. It's a service that we provide to you as a Primerica client. All we need to do is set it up right at the end of your Life app. We're going to click a couple of buttons, and as long as it's less than 25,000 we're moving over, I can probably open it for you in about 5 minutes. Sound good? Perfect. We'll get to that at the end of the Life app. You guys need to start figuring out ways to start linking these things. Multiple products. We talked about it last night, because if you just got a Life app, coin toss, they're leaving you, right? So here you go. Look, you can move money in or out. People ask me this all the time. Well, what if I get like a big bonus and I just want to throw like 5 grand in there? Call me. Text me. I'll call you back. Right? Call me. Say, hey, no, I got a bonus. I just got paid 10 grand. I want to save 8 of it. Sweet. I'll go in right now and I will initiate a trade and I will buy shares of that Franklin Money Fund for the client. And within about 48 hours, 8 grand or whatever they told me is going to move. And they're happy as a clam. And it goes the exact same way in reverse. Right? Client calls me and says, hey, no, I need a couple grand to pay for gymnastics, right? We gotta pay for all these crazy girls flipping around. I need a couple grand out of my money market. Sweet. Out of my MAP account. I go in, and in reverse, you sell shares for the client, and it goes wire transfer for free. Excuse me, ACH, wire transfer. Some banks charge for that. Use ACH. ACH deposit for free. And they have the money within generally 3 to 4 business days, depending on their bank. You guys with me on this? This is crazy, right? All right. Questions on this? Questions on this at all before I move on? This is your time, guys. Like, I want you to ask questions. All right. Forever hold your peace. Don't ask me later. I ain't gonna answer. Oh, there we go. Melissa, go ahead.
So with the money market account, I worked at a bank, so they work a little different. I'm seeing with ours versus theirs. There's not like a minimum or a maximum amount of times a year that they can pull in or out. I just want to
If there,
confirm that.
if there is, I have not seen it in any of
Okay.
the literature and anything that I've done or opened for clients whatsoever. But you did bring up a good point, and it's something I forgot to write on my thing, and my ADD squirrel, right, kicked in. So we keep saying that it's like a savings account, and it is, right? It's designed to help your client save money. However, here's a couple of key facts, and thank you for the question, Melissa. Here's a couple of key facts about a money market, because your clients are going to ask this, right? Well, like, hey, my savings at my bank is FDIC insured. I'm protected up to like 2.5 million. What is the money market going to do for me? Well, with mutual funds, we have what's called SIP-C. It's your protection against default of the essentially wholesaler, the custodian of the money, up to 500,000, 250 of which can be cash. Okay. Now, just generally, do most of you know people sitting on $250,000 in cash? I mean, some of us, right? But generally, I would say like 99% of your clients are not sitting on $250,000 in cash that they're just like flippantly just letting sit in a checking account, right? So anything less than that, if we can move it over into the money market account for them, they're already doing better like that. Now, here's the other fun point, right? You guys know that trades are commission based, and and you may not know this, but for you like aspiring investment reps, you have breakpoints. Your clients have breakpoints. So at 25,000, you get a breakpoint, 50, 99, 999. So at 100 essentially, and then at 250, just generally, every place is a little different, right? But those are generally the breakpoints, and at those levels, the commission that you're being paid goes down because it's a better deal for the client. Okay. Here's the fun part. As long as you're putting the money for your client into the same family of funds, I don't care who you use, just use the same friggin' fund. It can be Franklin. It can be American. It literally doesn't matter. But use the same family of funds, because if they have a grip of cash that they're going to move over and they did it for free, now when you start doing their Roth IRA investments, they're already getting a break point. Okay. Because it's off of all of the money inside of that family of fund. So don't split those up, right? Use the same family of funds. Give your clients the better deal. Miss Eileen, yes.
How fast does a mutual fund grow?
So what does APR stand for? Does anybody know?
Annual percentage rate,
What does annual mean?
yearly?
Next question.
Oh,
The
okay.
money compounds monthly. I'm sorry. I'm having a little fun today, guys. Like, come on, don't get mad at me. It's Monday and I'm not in the office like for the army, so I'm having a little fun. All right, let me teach you some math. Let me show you how to do cool stuff with a calculator. All right, annual percentage rate, meaning annually, right? The money compounds monthly though. So if somebody says, well, hey, I threw 10 grand in there, right? I thought I was gonna get that 4.95%. No, why didn't I get paid $495 this month? And I say, oh, John, you little honey badger, that's such a good question. Let me show you how this works, my friend, right? We talked about it being an annual percentage rate, right? Perfect. So if it's compounding annually at 4.95%, well, we can't use 4.95%. Ooh, God bless. Because we're getting the money compounded monthly. So you're actually getting a better deal. But if it's going to compound monthly, we got to multiply, or excuse me, we got to divide that rate by 12. That's your monthly compounding factor, right? So now when we multiply your 10,000 for the next month, you should expect to see about 41 bucks drop on in that guy, right? But it's still almost as much as you were going to make in the year sitting in your other account. And I just paid it to you in a month, right? But now here's the cool thing. Now, next month, right, instead of compounding 10 grand, because we're compounding monthly, there's our factor. Now we're compounding 10,000, 41, I don't know, 50 cents, something like that, right? So now you get a little bit more. And every time it happens, you're gonna get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Okay. Does that make sense? Guys,
Yes.
you're getting paid interest on your interest. What does Warren Buffett say about your money? That if you're not making money while you're sleeping, you're going to work forever. Okay. So this is a way for you and your clients to start getting paid while you're sleeping. Think about it. This is real. Like this is real life. Okay. Watch this. Met a young girl. She's on the team. She's a part of the base. She's 18 years old. She's sitting on $200,000 in cash in her freaking checking account. In her checking account. And I about threw up and I said, oh my God, watch this. I said, girl, let me bless your life. There's what the hell just happened? 0.0495 divided by 12. This is the monthly compounding factor. We would all agree, right? If she's sitting on 200K in cash, 200, I wish the freaking calculator did commas. Doesn't everybody wish the calculator did commas? I do. I said, listen, if I could help you make an extra $800 a month just to move your money for free, is that something I could help you out with? She goes, well, how in the hell would you do that? And I explained the money market account to her. And I said, what are your monthly expenses right now? You're 18, you live in an apartment by yourself, and maybe you pay car insurance and a phone bill. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty frugal. I'm like, hell yeah, I know you are. You just saved $200,000 and you're 18 years old. What in the what? And she said, I don't know, my monthly expenses are probably about 1,000 at the most. And I said, great, can I help you move your money and pay your monthly expenses for you? Just to move your money? She goes, wait a minute, seriously? And I said, yeah. I said, how much is your college tuition every year? She said, I don't know, about 7,000. I said, great. Or can I just help you pay for your college tuition and still make you money just to move your money into a free account for you? It costs you nothing. Guys, if you don't know what I know, your clients are hurting. And I told Andy this the other day. I was like, God, I cannot wait until I'm like more available for the team and I can start teaching more. Okay. Because did you guys know I was going to be a teacher after the Army? I literally wanted to go teach high school math. I'm gonna teach some high school math, right? But guys, like this is this. I love this stuff. I am your team nerd, right? I am your hierarchy nerd. I'm your guy. I'm gonna be the next Howard Lashner. Anyone believe me? Good. So let's start moving into the client stuff here in a second. But I want to whet your appetite a little bit for why this matters for you and your paycheck. Primerica paid out, and I don't know the exact number, but it was about $1 billion in comp last year. Ish. If anybody knows the real number, throw it in the chat. But it's roughly that. Do you know that half of that money was paid in investments between earns, 12B1s, the straight commission for the rollover? Half the money. So $500 million of the comp that Primerica paid last year went to investment licensed reps. Put it in the Zoom chat. But roughly how many of the reps are there in Primerica that are investment licensed that got paid that money? Anybody know? Somebody knows. 10%? Close. 2,200. I'm just looking like just in percentages, right? It's about 20% of the reps, guys. Ish, ballpark, right? So if half of the money is being paid to 1/5 of the people, well, that's a problem. And that's because the other 4/5, the other 80% of Primerica are not investment licensed. So if I can tell you right now that you're leaving at least half of your money on the table by not being investment licensed, is somebody a little bit more motivated to go get their securities licenses? Yeah, I would friggin' hope so, right? So watch this, and I'm gonna show you my personal cash for the month, right? So my POL, all apps, if you don't know how to do this, I'm going to walk you through it. My POL, all apps, daily blast. Daily blast pops up. You can check your cash. It posts at 10 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Fridays, don't even bother. It ain't going to post until like 3 in the morning. Just wake up on Saturday and be happy. Okay. So look, cash. Let me change the share once it fully loads. So look at the cash. Check it out. Watch this. All right, just this guy. Guys, look. I got paid last month off of variable annuities, securities, auto and home, which I didn't even know was going to happen, life bonuses and life advances. Right? For some reason, we didn't get paid off prepaid legal this month, which is weird because I thought we did, but whatever. Right? But look, check, map deduction, check, map deduction, check, map. Guys, there's like $6,000 that just went to the money market account this month that I never even thought about. It's just gone. Sweet. It'll be there when I need it. Right? But look at this. Between securities and annuities, I got paid $6,600. Okay. $6,600 out of the 21 that I made this month. It's not half yet. Soon it will be. Right? And here's the best part. Life insurance pays you right now, pays you quick. Right? The investments will pay you forever. If you truly want passive income and you truly want to get free, you need to build a big old base shop, right? Big old hairy base shop. You need 1 million friggin' people out there doing just a little bit. 1% off of 100. I'll take 1% off 10,000. More better, yeah. But you need the security side because the security side is going to pay you forever. Because if that client wants to retire at 65 or sooner, are they ever going to stop investing? No. And so those little securities earns are going to keep coming in every 2 weeks, like clockwork, not even including your active trades and rollovers, guys. That's a river of nickels. It's a river of nickels. Because think about it like this. If I do a trade for somebody and they open a pack for $25 a month, okay, a $25 pack, let me show you the math. And I'm not kidding. It's a river of nickels, right? $25. That's if they just opened it, right? They get no break point. So it's a 5% sales charge, 5%. I'm a regional vice president. I'm at a 62% commission on comp for securities. So out of that $125, $1.25, not 125. I mean, I literally make 77 cents to open someone a Roth IRA with $25 a month. Put it in the Zoom chat. Is that worth my time? Is it? I mean, be honest, right? Is that worth my time? I would argue that I'm worth more than 77 cents an hour. And here's why I say an hour. Because guys, if I'm sitting down with someone and literally all they have is $25 to open that Roth IRA, do you think I'm spending a lot of time teaching them something? Yes. Hell yes. No, Jody, I'm a girl. You get down here for ECBS. I'm a yes. Yes. Because if they've only got $25 a month, they need to know some things. They've probably never been taught anything about their money in the past. And it's my job to teach them how money works. It's not even my job. It's my profession. I take this ish serious. Guys, I will tell you, I spend more time with somebody who's only got $25 a month than I do with someone rolling over $250,000. The dude rolling over $250,000 is like, hey, I like that. I love it. Go do it. What do you need from me? I got the shit to do. Sorry for the little kidlets that are around. They don't care. If they've already got money, they've been down this road before. They know what they want. They know what they don't want. I'm spending more time with the guy or gal who doesn't know anything. But here's why. Because that client that you take care of that's only got $25 a month, you treat them like a $250,000 client. Eventually, they're going to bring you a $250,000 client or more. That's it. You treat everyone the same. You treat everyone like they're a multi-million-dollar client. period. You with me? Because that's the way you would want to be treated, guys. If you didn't know what you're doing, and all of a sudden some slick talking fancy dude with stuff on the wall says, "Hey, I can move your money and I can make you, you know, $1,000 a month for free." Does that sound too good to be true? Yes. And people that don't come from money and have never been exposed to any of this stuff are massively skeptical of markets, of investment people. You have to teach them. Why do you think I'm so good with a calculator? Who does anybody know anybody else that's really good with a calculator on Zoom? I'll wait. Anybody else know anybody else that's really good with a calculator on Zoom? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the only guy on the team that makes $1 million a year. Guys, you need to get really, really good at explaining this and showing this to your people. All right. We beat money markets to death, right? Rivers of nickels. Yeah, exactly. Like if Letty, you crushed it, right? An arrogant attitude, like $25 a month. Not doing that. Don't worry about it. Call me when you got a little bit more money. They're never calling you. They're never calling you, right? Because if you can't get them started and you can't teach them to pay themselves first now, they're never going to. Guys, the $25 a month is about teaching someone to start paying themselves first. And once we set up the $25 a month, we come back quarterly and check in like, hey, how are you doing? Let's look at your budget. Let's look at your F&A. Where are you at? Great. Hey, you freed it. Like you killed that debt. We're going to roll it down. And maybe instead of rolling it all down, maybe we go to 50 a month. Or keep the 25 in the money market a month and go to 50 in your Roth, or vice versa. Whatever, like guys, everything is personal. It's all for the client. Did you guys know that most investment places are like the big ones, like they're not even paying their reps unless they're bringing in a 6-figure account? The rep makes no commission. Do they have any incentive at all to work with someone that is just like figuring life out? No. But that's where we come in, right? Wall Street company working for Main Street families. We are here for middle America. It's no joke, guys. And people are going to push back, and they're going to have all kinds of reasons why it won't work or whatever. We'll get there. Okay. So I want to talk Roth versus 401k really fast and why a client needs both. And then I want to just jump real quick through a mobile F&A. All right. Who in here right now has never done a mobile F&A personally that's willing to tell me some like real numbers? Put your Zoom hand up. Letty? All right, girl, you're up in about 5 minutes. So Roth versus 401k. Okay. Okay. You guys are seeing the savings account versus money market? Yeah. Is it changing? Is it moving? Keep nodding. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. So we're still in the How Money Works PDF. Now I did tweak this one because it was old. So I put in here for 2024, and then I changed it for 2024 limits. Now it says traditional IRA. This is for the tax comparison. For a 401k, guys, most limits are $23,000 a year. You can put in a grip, okay? But traditional IRA, think 401k versus Roth. Traditional IRA, your income is deductible. So it comes off of your gross income for the year, right? So let's just say it like this. If you got paid $5,000 for the month, your whole check was going to be $5,000, and you ended up putting 300, because that's 6%. You put 300 into your 401k, not including your employer match. Your taxable income for the month is 4,700. Everybody with me? Okay. So it's pre-tax money into your 401k. Fast forward a bajillion years. Now you're 60 and you're thinking about taking some of the money out and paying yourself. When you take that disbursement and pay yourself, then you owe your taxes. right? So I tell clients all the time and I say, hey, listen, I love that you're sitting on like 100,000 in your 401k.
I know he's sick. I do know he got sick on their ship.
Yeah, me neither. Mute yourself, whoever you are. I can't see you. Thank you. When you get to retirement age and you've got $1 million and change in there, you and the IRS, right? You and Uncle Sugar got $1 million. And they go, dang, I forgot about that. I said, so if I could show you a way to have $1 million when you retire or more, and you get there and you don't owe anybody anything, and if you wanted to liquidate the account and take $1 million and go swim around like Scrooge McDuck, is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? Yes. Perfect. You've probably heard of a Roth IRA before, am I right? Awesome. Do you know what it is? And they generally say, oh, I don't know, something about don't pay taxes on it. Yeah, there you go. That's partially true. So in your same example with your $5,000 a month paycheck that you got paid that you paid taxes on 4,700 out, right? Because your 300 went to your 401k. Now you've paid your taxes. Let's say you're sitting on $4,000. Now you've got $4,000. Now we're going to take 583 of that and put it into your Roth, because if you do that 12 times, you're at $7,000 for the year. That money that you put in there, you already paid taxes on it. So you're not going to pay taxes ever again. And then whatever that money becomes 40 years from now, you also will never pay taxes on. So in short, you want your 401k because you're going to put money in. It's going to lower your tax bill right now. But the more important thing is that your employer is going to match your contribution. That's the important thing. So I want you to make sure that your 401k contribution is all the way up, right? If your employer is giving you 6%, I want you taking advantage of all 6%. And then we're going to stop. And then we're going to take the rest of your money and we're going to put it into your Roth IRA until you hit 583 a month. And then we're going to stop. And then we're going to come back and reevaluate your 401k and see if you've got more money that you want to put in there. But if you don't have 3 to 6 months cash sitting in your money market account, that will come later. Does that make sense? Perfect. Do you guys understand why we need to be talking to our clients on a regular basis? When you got your hand up, what's up?
So, just trying to clarify something.
Mhm.
So if you're rolling over somebody's 401k, am I correct that it has to go into a traditional? It can't go into a Roth?
No, you are not.
Okay.
But that is a very, very like nuanced discussion that you need to have with that client, because if you move their 401k money into a Roth, they have a tax bill due at the end of the year, because now all of a sudden that money's got to get taxes paid, right? Uncle Sugar wants his money and he's going to get it. Now, depending on the age of the client, the size of the rollover, their current financial situation, and their current tax bracket, right? If you've got somebody 20s, 30s, they're in the 10 or 12% tax bracket based on their current situation, move that stuff all day, unless they're going to roll it from their current or their previous employer to their current employer, and they're just going to keep that 401k train rolling, which is what most people should do and don't. And they just have a pocket of money here, another one over there, some over here. Guys, this is real life. I met a married couple that collectively combined had about $400,000 in old 401k money, just orphaned, hanging out. What? You didn't think to move that money? What? Holy Toledo, right? So it's a very, very nuanced discussion, because if it's a big account and they're already in a higher tax bracket, and if we move that, it's going to put them into like another tax bracket. You always have to have the disclaimer that you are not a tax professional, right? Like, I know enough to be dangerous when it comes to taxes, but I have a CPA. I have an accountant because I know my weaknesses, right? Oh, by the way, she got us like an extra $12,000 refund that we had overpaid. That's why you hire somebody that's really good at taxes, right? So yes, you can roll it. Now, if they're actively working, they have a 401k, I would honestly say it depends. is really the short answer, right? If somebody's in a 10 or 12% bracket though, and moving that money isn't going to jump them to like the 22, probably worth it, especially if they're young, to get the money into something that's going to be tax-free forever, as long as they're going to start actively like contributing to that. But that is a personal discussion for you and that client, and you got to do some analysis, right? That there is no cookie cutter answer for that. But yes, you can absolutely do it, but there is a tax implication, right? But that's why, like, if you know your client pretty well and you can kind of sit down and pencil out what they've got going on, and moving it isn't going to change anything, and they're fairly young, yeah, I would move it all day. Absolutely. Totally lost my train of thought, but mobile F&A. See, that's why I take notes. Mobile F&A. All right. Who has done mobile F&As for their clients? Yes, no, maybe. Okay. Good. Love it. Cindy Wall, I knew you would, girl. You're the best. All right, so Primerica app. It's the only place you can get to it. It's through the app. If somebody else knows another trick to get to the mobile F&A, tell me, because this is the only way that I know how to do it. So mobile F&A, click the little 3 lines, scroll down, tools, right? Quick quote, mobile F&A, right? Letty, where'd you go, girl?
I'm right here.
All right, do me a favor and put your hand up for me. We're just gonna pretend it. I mean, all this doesn't matter. Like there are different like disclosures. Letty, are you married?
Yes.
Okay. Letty.
Well, separated.
Okay, well, we'll just do you. We'll just do you. All right, you're female. What's your birthday?
6/11/1990.
6/11/1990. All right. Well, all right. Retirement age for you, Miss Letty, the system defaults to 67. That's full Social Security. Now, if a client says, hey, I want to retire sooner, well, back that thing up. But I let it just go standard just to make a point. All right. Letty, what are you currently making a month?
Right now, I'm making 6,700.
Okay. 6,700. So we teach clients that on average, when you go to retire, Miss Letty, you're going to need roughly 80% of that income to retire and not change your lifestyle. Okay. So $6,700 today, 80% of that is about 5,300 and change. But here's the crazy part. So Letty, you understand inflation, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't understand it, you're feeling it. We know that. So check it out. Today's 5,300, 33 years from now, when you go to retire at just 3% inflation, is going to be about 14 grand. What the hell does that mean? Letty, if you bought my pen today for $5,300, 33 years from now, when you go to retire and you want to buy my pen again, same pen, it's going to cost you about 14. That's inflation. Okay.
Yeah.
That's inflation. That's the purchasing power of your dollar decreasing over time. And 3% is not astronomical. 3% is GDP growth, right? So think back to high school, and I'm gonna make your brain hurt, microeconomics, whatever. Like gross domestic product, the government wants GDP growing yearly, annually at 2 to 3%. That means the economy is doing what the economy is supposed to do.
Yeah.
So this, Miss Letty, is your financial independence number, right? I know we said 67 is retirement age, but Letty, if I handed you a briefcase right now and it had about 3 million in it, and I showed you how to live off of roughly 4 to 4.5% of the money, and that you wouldn't outlive it doing that, would you ever go back to trading your time for money?
No.
We call that work, right? That's your JOB. That's your just over broke. So that's financial independence.
Yeah.
So when I ask clients when they want to retire, most of them say, I don't know, 55, 60. I say, well, how about 3? How about 4? How about 2.7? And they go, what the hell are you talking about? Huh? I said, well, let's look and find your financial independence number. Has anyone ever shown you what a financial independence number is, or have you ever even thought about that?
Yeah, Kristen has.
Okay, perfect. Right. So financial independence, like, because retirement's not an age, retirement's a number with a dollar sign in front of it, guys. Right. And every client's different. And that's why we do this for them. So look, let's see where you're going to be. Right. Letty, what do you have in qualified money right now? Meaning a 401k, 403b, Roth IRA, anything that is actually a retirement account.
I don't have it in a retirement account. I have it in my mutual savings.
Okay, so that's a savings account, right? That's not qualified money, so we're not getting any sort of special tax treatment for that. So in that regard, nothing. So you don't have a 401k of any kind from ever.
No, I cashed them out when I went on disability.
Okay. Okay. So that's okay. That happens, right, guys? Life happens. So right now, if you've got nothing and you're not putting anything in, we would agree that your savings is going to grow to zero in qualified money, right? So the next screen over, guys, shows clients where they are and where they need to be. So if you're not saving anything, you're never going to reach 2.7. But if you want to reach 2.7 on the parameters that we inputted, you need to be saving somewhere around $1,400 a month.
Yep, and that all goes to my ranch.
That's okay. No, that's okay. So Letty, and you're not alone, right? Most people, when I say, hey, if we discover a shortfall in your finances, it's going to be a lot easier to make an extra $1,000 a month than it is to save it out of what you're currently making. Am I right? So Letty, look, if I could show you a way to make an extra 1,500 or 2,500 or $5,000 a month, it'd be a hell of a lot easier to save it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anybody can get licensed and do what I do, Letty.
Oh yeah. That's why I went back to work.
But like, do you get like, y'all just missed it though. You all just missed it. Put it in the Zoom chat. What did I just start doing? Recruiting across the kitchen table, guys. What's the first thing that we have on the blue page in the mission statement? What's the first thing that we do? What does it say? On the blue page, what is the first thing under our mission? Help families earn more income. Recruit across the kitchen table, right? So Letty, if $1,400 a month is too much, and I could show you a way to make that extra money, is that something you'd be open to taking a look at?
Absolutely.
Letty, do you keep your options open when it comes to making extra money?
Of course.
I mean, do you think you could do this?
Absolutely.
I mean, especially if I was there to teach you along the way, like you could figure this out, right?
Well, yeah, I used to do taxes and I used to be an accountant.
Girl, you're hired. Easy. Right? Seriously. No, you're going to be amazing. Some of y'all missing this. All right, look, if this is too much, like let's just say, let's go back, right? Let's say Letty's got 30 grand in there and she's putting in 200 a month between her and her employer, right? Now we say, look, we still need to figure out 1,200 a month. And she goes, look, I ain't doing any other work and I can't do 1,200. I say, great. So if that's sort of where we stand, Letty, we need to figure out for you for retirement. Well, maybe you're not going to retire at 67. Maybe you're going to retire at 72. You got to be realistic because look, the number is not going to change a whole lot.
Yeah.
But the amount that they need to save in order to get there drops drastically because we just gave 5 more years. We just went through almost an entire extra doubling period.
Yeah.
Based on the rule of 72, right? So Letty, you could probably figure out saving an extra $590, $600 a month. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the cool thing, Letty. Do you have a Roth IRA currently?
No.
Well, I guess that's just Jesus. That's why I'm here. Look, Letty, if I could open you a Roth IRA, it's a tax-free retirement account, and we could put in $583 a month, which is just under what you actually need that maxes out your contribution for the year at 7,000 for the year. And it puts you exactly where you need to be in terms of retirement. And the best part about it, most of it's going to be tax-free. Is that something you're open to taking a look at?
Yeah, that's like a quarter of a cow.
Hey, I love me a whole quarter side of beef, right? Like, let's do this.
See now, I'm
Right?
a, I guess, cattle breeder,
That's okay, right?
and that's how I look at it.
Yeah. And guys, like when your clients talk to you, like you got to figure out how to talk back to them. Right?
I'm sorry. I look at money that way.
That's okay. That means, but guess what, lady? If you look at that money, if you look at money that way and you learn to do what you do, who is the majority of the people that you're talking to?
Around here, it is ranchers, auctioneers, and
Yeah. So guess what? You are explaining Primerica. The market serves the market
yeah,
generally, right? Because if you put me in front of a rancher, I'm some slitty sicker, smooth talking. Nope, they don't want to talk to me generally, right?
yeah,
But you are a known like entity, you're a known commodity. You
yeah,
speak and sound just like them. But I'm not kidding. You guys are missing this, right? But you put you in front of that same person saying the exact same words, right? Like I could be like a puppet in your ear. I got my hand like on the back of your head and I'm saying the words, but they're coming out of your mouth.
yeah. But I own
They're
two
in.
horses, so it's different. I mean, I own a Rottweiler breeding business, and I own a ranch. So I mean, I raise and train horses. I
Mhm.
breed cows, and I raise Rottweilers.
Perfect. Who cares? You're making money, right?
Yeah,
You have earned income. Yeah.
yeah,
You're eligible to put money into a retirement account.
yeah,
I don't care where the money comes from as long as it's legal.
yeah. Except right now, it's going to divorce attorney and everything else.
No, that's okay. That's why we need to make you some more money, right?
Yeah,
All right. Thanks for this, lady. Was that helpful?
yeah, it was.
Good. All right. I was just checking the Zoom chat really quick. We got about 7 minutes. What did I miss? What questions do you guys have? Anything that you want me to go back over and explain in a little more detail? The rest of that mobile F&A is how you get close to showing someone their quote for their life insurance, right? Now you die too soon, and it doesn't matter how much money we've invested, because if I lose you within the next year, even if you max out your Roth IRA today, well, I don't have 40 years of compounding to make you wealthy. So right now you're making about 80 grand a year, right? With our clients, Letty, we're looking at generally somewhere between 8 and 12x income. Remember, we talked about you had heard of Dave Ramsey before. That's generally Dave's recommendation. So even if we went on the low end, somewhere around 8x your income is 643. We can play with that number, right? And guys, if you want, like if you've never heard of DIME before, it's right here. Debt, income, mortgage, education, estate creation, right? I don't generally use that method because most people don't have those numbers off the top of their head. It's going to make the appointment go super long, right? And so I just use annual income, 8 to 12 income.
Except my mortgage is 164,000 still.
Okay, perfect. Great. Love it. Right. You would agree, Letty, that if we had you covered for a little over 600 grand, leftover of 160,000 on your mortgage isn't going to matter.
No, except I don't think I can even get covered for life insurance yet still, because I'm only 8 months out from my cancer treatment.
Yeah, that's gonna be a struggle, right? But we can do your app cash on delivery, or you can write your own app once you're licensed and do it cash on delivery, depending on the cancer treatment and prognosis and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's possible, but just generally, this is what we do for clients, right?
yeah.
Okay. So Darlene, great question. Is it 7,000 per person? So 14,000 per couple? Yes. And that is on your qualified account for your Roth IRA, right? Remember, 401k is a much different beast. You're looking at 23.5 ish, right? Simple SEP 401k is like the limits change based on the type of account, but just basics. 7,000 for a Roth. If someone's over 50, you have what's called a catch-up contribution that they can put in. It's 8,000 that the IRS lets them contribute. So about 665 and change. It's actually 3 6s. I don't like that number, so I never use it. You can catch up the extra couple dollars at the end of the year in December or something. Or do their first one at 700 and then run the math from there. I don't care what you do. But yes, and if you have a couple, right, the couple has joint income as long as they are married filing jointly. If only one spouse works and makes a ton of money, well, guess what? The other spouse can use that money to fund their Roth IRA. It's joint income. The taxes get filed the same. Okay. So yes, great question. Amazing question. Any other questions, guys? Go for it, Jen.
So I have a couple of teenagers that work for fast food that they do not match their 401k. Would I do better to get them to do an IRA or stick with the company 401k?
The answer is both.
Okay.
If they're not matching their, okay, so Jen, like, you can't tell them anything. You would agree?
Right.
Don't tell them anything. You need to be asking them some questions. And you say, hey, Jimmy, like, if you could basically double your investment from your employer, like just by using what your employer is going to give you for free, why wouldn't you take it?
Okay.
So I mean, why are they not doing it already? Because they want all of their $13 from their paycheck from the fast food place,
Okay.
right? But that's why you have to show that you have to show them the high cost of waiting. Because if you don't show them, they're never going to care, right?
Like
And
I said,
so,
they want to do their investments. They just aren't sure whether to do the 401k through work or if we should just do into an IRA because the company's not giving them anything. It's just whatever they put in their 401k.
oh, their employer doesn't give them a match.
No, it doesn't match.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood your question. I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely do the Roth, 1,000%, right? And
Okay.
even if you're just doing like $100 a month for these jokers, watch this. Listen, can I help you like figure out making a couple million over your lifetime with just $100 a month? Perfect, right? Because look, if you wait till you're 27, you're going to lose a lot of money. That's the high cost of waiting. Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. Please let me make you a multimillionaire starting now versus waiting until you're in your late 20s like most people. God forbid you wait till you're in your late 30s like most people and do the same thing. You just lost $2 million. By waiting 20 years, you lost $2 million. And the only difference in contribution, right, is about 20 grand. God bless. Haley, a college plan is a 529 in most states. We can open those. This is full disclaimer. This is personal preference. I do not like 529s because if you open that college account for your 1-year-old and 18 years from now, they decide that they don't want to go to college of any kind, because you would agree that if I could get a license and do this and start teaching someone at 18 how to make plenty of money and they don't need a degree, they might change their mind, right? Because then the 529 is locked into education expenses. Now it can be transferred. It has to go within like a family. Nice thing about 529s is there's really no limits in terms of dumping money into it, but not a huge fan of 529s. Open that kid a custodial Roth IRA. kids have allowances, right? Now, again, the nice thing about 529s is you can dump as much money in there as you want. Or open them in UPMA account, universal transfer to minors account. Again, you can put as much money in there, but the money then has to be used for the benefit of the minor. You can't just go for like moving money in and out of that for you. Again, there's more coming, right? If you have more questions, guys, like keep sending those. We'll keep covering them. We got to get going. This was your first installment of Money Mondays, and so